did President Cyril Ramaphosa lie to Parliament over funding for his 2017 ANC presidential campaign? Well, we are expected to hear some sort of an answer from the Constitutional Court in Johannesburg today. Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane claimed that Ramaphosa did lie, but the High Court found her investigations to be riddled with errors. Well, our reporter, Aviwe Mdila, is closely tracking this ruling for us. Let's cross to him now. Aviwe, it's going to be quite an interesting day in the Court today and lots of anticipation across the country.
Certainly, Naledi, minutes away till we find out if the president misled Parliament or whether, in fact, if the public protector had the scope to investigate the CR17 funding. We're expecting that judgment to be delivered in the highest court in the land, the Constitutional Court, where it will look into the funding of the CR17 campaign, that donation, R500,000 donated by African Global Operation, which was previously Bosasa, and it will also look into the scope of the investigation from the public protector looking into those CR17 fundings. You remember the bombshell of a report that came out back in July 2019 from the public protector that spoke of suspicions of money laundering around the millions that were touted in her report put in that CR17 funding. Of course, that was dismissed by a full bench of the Gauteng High Court last year in March. And in fact, the High Court suggesting that there were a lot of errors and flaws in the public protector's findings. But she then took it to the High Court, Constitutional Court, I beg your pardon, highest court in the land, where in November we heard those arguments playing out. Today we're expecting that judgment. But just to give you a bit more insight, just look at this insert put together by my colleague Maseko Rahlaga.
All eyes will be on the Constitutional Court again this week. This time, the court hands down judgment on whether President Cyril Ramaphosa lied to Parliament and, in turn, the nation. It was an emphatic victory last March for Ramaphosa when the High Court in Pretoria set aside Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane's report into his CR17 campaign for ANC president. A full bench of the court found that Mkhwebane's findings were irrational.
In her treatment of this issue, the public protector demonstrated a fundamentally flawed approach to the principles underpinning the question of whether the president violated the executive code.
And the blows to Mkhwebane didn't end there, with the punitive cost order also attached.
She also showed a complete lack of basic knowledge of the law and its application. She clearly did not acquaint herself with the relevant law that actually defines and establishes the offense of money laundering before making serious, unsubstantiated findings of money laundering against a duly elected head of state.
In her report released in 2017, the public protector said there was merit in a suspicion of money laundering as well.
I have evidence which indicates that some of the money collected through the CR17 campaign account was transferred into Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation account.
The president responded to the report when he announced that he would take it on review.
The report contains numerous factual inaccuracies of a material nature. The findings we have found are wrong in law, are irrational, and in some instances exceed the scope of the powers of the public protector. Furthermore, in failing to provide me with an opportunity to comment on the proposed remedial action, the public protector has violated the provisions of the Public Protector Act, the Constitution, and the principles of our common law.
The High Court agreed with the president a few months later, and today we will find out if the Constitutional Court will take the same stance. Maseko Rahlaga, Johannesburg.
Well, thanks, Aviwe, for tracking the latest on the judgment from the Constitutional Court. We'll, of course, cross live to that ruling the moment that it does start. That's going to be just after 10 o'clock. Let's take a short